Hey, Hero Comics here. Before I start another episode of Chrono Trigger, I wanted to talk to you about something else that is important. Hidden poisons. This one's in food or drink, and drink. Basically, through my own experiences in life, I've been seeing lots of things going on where people have been basically getting sick, feeling bad, not feeling as good as they could feel. Uh, and including myself, including me and myself, and I realized some of this stuff. I don't know about all of it, but some of it definitely has to be about stuff that's in food. And this is not a conspiracy. One of them, those conspiracy videos where it's like, oh yeah, they're pumping in this stuff into food so that this, one organization is doing this, so another organization can benefit. No, no, it's not one of those kind of videos. This is something that I have seen that I have more proof on than just speculation. This is stuff in my life, I've seen in my life. I've seen it in other people's life, things like that. So I just want to talk about it. And that's basically the hidden voices. But first is things that that people, some people may be sensitive or downright allergic to. Now, I've actually seen, realized, with me, I realized, um, my mom is sensitive to peanuts. She's not allergic to them. It's not like, oh yeah, she's not, it's not like if she eats them she'll need EpiPen or anything like that. But she's sensitive to them. So because if she eats them, then she'll basically uh you'll feel they'll start hurting. She can still, work, do things. She can still hang out and do stuff, and it's not life threatening or anything. But it will hurt her. She'll get hurt. Her joints will hurt. She'll get a headache, things like that. I realized after a long time of me, I was just eating peanut butter, eating peanut, like peanut based products for a long time. I realized, wait a minute, if she's my mom, and seeing as she's my mom and she's sensitive to peanuts, maybe I am too. So I cut them out of my diet, and I definitely feel better. Definitely feel better because there's some things where it's like, okay, I haven't had them for a while, and then I have them, and then I'm like, oh crap, what the heck is that? Oh my gosh, that's how I figured. One of the ways I figured that out. You know, there's for me, this is for me, okay. But I see, then there's of course paprika for me, and basically paprika and other spices that are like I think concentrated spices, are an issue for me because they irritate me. Basically, I haven't had for a long time. I've been basically. I think it's like after I've eaten things that are spicy or some spicy or something like that. I've been hurting, myself. So I've been hurting. So I've been like, getting headaches and stuff. So I was like, now I want to cut that out, and I cut that out. I definitely felt better. But then I've had them, and then again, I haven't had them for a while, and then had them again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this stuff. Yeah, it's the same for that for me, and I'm thinking I know a reason why. Basically, it's because it's not the stuff itself. Maybe, well, unlike peanuts, maybe it's peanuts, but paprika, things like that. Maybe it's because of the amount of stuff, about the concentration, because it's like you take a single pepper or something and you cut that up and you put it in your food, and then you get a kick. You definitely get a kick. It'll be spicy, but it's just one pepper with things like paprika, which are basically dried, ground up peppers. Who knows how many. Especially in stuff that's like manufactured. It's like, oh yeah, we have our secret spicy stuff, secret spicy sauce, secret spicy, powder, powder that we mix in with all the other stuff we put on these things and sell them. They don't say how they don't really say how much is how they say that's in there. But they don't really say how much is how much it is in there. So it could be too much for some people, and that can irritate their bodies. So I've noticed that because I recently ate a bunch of pizza rolls. Pepperoni is another thing that I think has paprika in it that I've been dealing with. I've basically given up because I'm like giving up pepperoni because I like it, but I give it up because basically it's one of those things that irritates me. And I feel better, but over the weekend I did eat a bunch of these pizza rolls with pepperoni in them. And I'm going like, why do for the next for a while I've been like, what is that horrible? What do I feel like this? Why do I don't what is that? Feeling. I'm like, I ate all those things, those pizza rolls, pepperoni, pepper, it's irritating me. Okay, okay, things like that. When I see that, I'm like, okay, I understand why, I'm feeling like this. Why I'm not feeling, my best, and then it's really interesting to see this. Just look at some people sometimes. I've seen people who have had like swollen ears and rashes and things just hanging out, and then I'm like, those look like allergic reactions to stuff, and it's like it probably is. It probably is because it's like there's stuff that people are eating that they don't understand or allergic. That's why I'm calling them hidden poisons. It's like that. It's not the same for everyone. Definitely not. But definitely some things to watch out for. But then, of course, there's the other hidden poisons that are basically, things I do have to deal with, like basically my things that my doctors want me to get down, my blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels. They want me to get those down, and basically, uh, this one doctor lady was saying, okay, yeah, you can't sprinkle salt on your food now because your blood pressure's too high. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, okay, but I didn't say anything to her because she's a doctor, but I was like, yeah, I don't think it's the sprinkle. That's the problem. That's like it's a dash. That's not much salt at all. But I think it's the 300, 400 milligrams of salt in certain foods. That's just like, oh yeah, this is how much salt there is. On the package you'll be like, yeah, this is how much salt there is in this per serving. I'm like, oh no, it's terrible. It's terrible with that. Sugar too. Sugar, especially soda. That's why it's a drinks, soda, and other drinks like it. Because there's like certain things you're like, oh, if you drink, soda, you of course know soda it has a lot of sugar in it, but there's so much, several hundred milligrams of sugar in regular soda, and then it's like, okay, maybe someone's like, hey, I'm not gonna drink soda, I'll drink this tea, or I'll drink this juice, but they put they can get to be up to those levels too, in that amount in that stuff. It's terrible with that stuff. That's why I'm being very careful about that stuff from now on. Then of course there's cholesterol, and that's a fat. And one of the best ways to reduce fat is, of course, to not eat anything that is deep fried. And that's definitely tough because deep fried stuff tastes good, but it's full of fat and probably salt or sugar, or probably both sometimes. It's definitely some stuff, a lot of stuff going on. It's definitely stuff you gotta just watch out for. Fast food places, of course, do have this issue. My cat just wants to have some attention. Do have this issue. Definitely, all these things they serve soda and the fountain drinks. And before I knew anything about how much sugar was in soda, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the large and get free refills. Yeah, and just be guzzling that stuff. And I'm like, how much sugar is in that stuff? I'm thinking to myself, I know now. I'm thinking, oh man, how much sugar, not soda, how much sugar is in that stuff? It's terrible. And then of course there's baked potato, there's all kinds of things that have salt in them. Baked potatoes, even baked, French fries, things like that. And then of course French fries, chocolate shakes, but yeah, still you'd only get one of those. It's a little bit different. Chocolate, things like salty things. There's like baked potatoes, and I remember when I would basically take a scoop of margarine, like a spoon of margarine, put that in there, or mix that all in, then put salt on top of that. Until now I know how much salt and fat are in, and crazy other things are in margarine. It's like ridiculous, and I'm like, yeah, don't need any salt. I don't need any salt. And the thing is, there are people out there I've seen who put margarine or butter, salt, ranch dressing, bacon bits, just all kinds of other things in there. And I'm like they just want the toppings. The potato is just the gateway. They're just basically the vehicle for them to eat all these toppings. And I'm like, you know how much salt that is? Oh my gosh, so many things wrong with that, with that stuff. We got to be careful about that, man. That's just ridiculous. Then of course Just again deep fried food, things like that. It's just, and then of course, yeah, I found all kinds of other stuff. Turns out some of the least expensive things have the most salt and sugar in them. And that just ticks me off because this stuff is my favorite because it doesn't cost much. Like, oh my gosh, I can get meals that can feed all three of us. Me and my mom and my brother live together. So I'm like, yeah, we can just get. I can get these meals. I'm not gonna say brand names. I'm not gonna say brand names. I gotta be very careful not to. I don't want to tick off anybody. But if these meals in these boxes, they could just call them TV dinners, just meals in boxes. And basically, these meals in these boxes, there's like 5 6 slices of meat in these. Well, and that's plenty for at least one meal for us, and it only costs like $3. Yeah, this is great, no, yeah, that prices may vary, but whatever. Still, it doesn't cost much at all, and I'm like, yeah, this is great, hundreds of milligrams of salt in each serving. I'm like, no, no, canned pasta too. I'm like, oh, that's the worst because it's like you get this pasta. I'm not gonna name name brands. You get the pasta like ravioli or spaghetti or something like that. Oh, it's so good. But you get that. It's so convenient, especially with that pop top. You get the pop top, you put it in there. You put you pop the top. You put it on a plate or in a bowl. You microwave that for lunches, and there's hundreds of milligrams of salt in there. And sometimes people just giving up. Some things are just giving up, and they're just like, oh yeah, there's like 10 grams, grams. Grams, not milligrams, grams of salt or sugar. I'm like, no, even worse. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. It's something that we just got to watch out for these hidden poisons. The issue is salt, sugar, and fat are not poisonous in the right amounts. It's just that when there's too much of them, they become poisonous. They can damage, they can mess with your health. They can cause problems like that. That's the issue. That's why I call them hidden poisons again. We all know, we see stuff like fast food and other things that we know are not good for us. But there's stuff that we think, hey, this may be good for us. Like grilled, like some certain types of grilled chicken. Especially from fast food places. Because I'm trying to get healthy. Grilled chicken can have a lot of salt in it too, and it's like it's grilled chicken. It's not even fried. It's not even battered. There's a lot of salt in that stuff, and I'm like, no, no, it's terrible. Thankfully, there are ways to fight. You get chicken that is basically, basically look on the packet, back of your nutrition, your nutrition packages. Try to keep the salt content work on your salt content. That's what I'm doing. Working on my salt, my sugar, my cholesterol, getting all that stuff down, learning how to basically just get stuff that basically I can control it. Okay, I can control how much I get, and that helps out a lot. That's what I'm doing. Instead of a soda, I get coffee from places. People may not like coffee. Everyone, no, not everybody might like coffee, and that's their deal. But still, coffee. I can get coffee. There's no sugar in it. I can put some sugar into it. Enough sweetened to taste. Then it's still, even if someone's like, that's a lot of sugar, which it can't. Some people may say that is. It's still not as much as a soda is, or a shake or anything like that. That's how you can do that. It's like, okay, the things that you put salt, you can get meat, you can put a little dash of salt on there. It tastes good. It tastes better. There's plenty of salt. Not as much as some of the things some types of meat can have in them, and other things can have in them. It's yeah, sauces, things like that. It's definitely more work, but it's greater health benefits than to get your cholesterol, your blood pressure, blood sugar, and your allergens down. Because I've been seeing these commercials lately about things like, well, I'm not gonna, again, not naming name brands at all, but these medicines that are like, oh yeah, you have this inflammation. If you have inflammation, then this can help reduce that inflammation. I'm like, okay, at first I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. A lot of people can think to myself, that sounds nice. People can get some help and get, reduce inflammation because inflammation is painful and hurts people, makes people sick, and cause problems for the evil. And then I realized, when they talk about the side effects, they said, yeah, you are more likely to get infections while on this medicine. I'm like, wait a minute, this messes with your immune system. They are having an allergic reaction to something that they probably are eating or drinking. They don't know it. So they're using this stuff that can cause horrible things, even worse things to happen to them. I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not the way to do it. Again, not naming name brands. I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is just, except for myself, this is just me talking about things I believe are hidden poisons. And I may have spelled hidden wrong. I don't think so. That's probably would have, PowerPoint would have said so. So, yeah. So that's just a few hidden poisons, I wanted to talk about. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt. I'm going to go back to making some Chrono Trigger parts now and more Superman. So, see you guys next time.